Hello students, welcome to this week's class once again. So we are going to continue with the same topic of the previous class, that is pronouns. So in the last class we have already gone through the topic, right? Hope you remember because we have had 1 week's gap in between. Try to recollect. Now, before we proceed further, let's take a quick revision. Then, what is a pronoun? Pronouns are words that take the place of nouns. We often use them to avoid repeating the nouns that they refer to. Pronouns have different forms for the different ways we use them. So now we know that pronouns are words which are used instead of a noun used again and again. So we have seen the different types of pronouns also. Which were those? Remember? Yes. Personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun and relative pronoun. So students, as far as your grammar syllabus is concerned, we are studying only relative pronouns. So in the last week, you have attempted a 50 marks English test, right? So in that question paper, you might have come across a question of 4 marks which was based on pronouns. Hope you remember, and I also hope that you have solved that question, right? Yes. So you might have also noticed that all the pronouns which appeared in that question or answer were relative pronouns. Correct? Yes. So that is why I told you, as far as your grammar syllabus is concerned, we are studying in detail only with relative pronouns, because that is the only type of pronoun you are going to have in for your question paper in view of exam. So therefore, let us once again take a quick look at what are relative pronouns and its examples. Now, we already have learnt this in the last class. Let us once again revise ourselves, refresh with the definition. So, a relative pronoun is used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or a pronoun. You see them used every day with the most common relative pronouns being, which are those most commonly used relative pronouns? They are who, whom, which, whoever, whomever, whichever, and most importantly the pronoun that. Here is an example. We had already discussed it in the last class. See. Peter is the one who gifted me a scarf. I told you. Now this WHO, who, here in this particular sentence refers to Peter. Correct? So these words, although starting with WH, so they are not to be considered as interrogative pronouns. But when we use interrogative means question, right? Question forms. WH questions we say generally. But here WH words refer to relative. Read the example again, you will get an idea. Peter is the one who gifted me a scarf. Who gifted me a scarf? Peter. So Peter is that person who gifted me a scarf. Who refers to Peter. It is made up of a fabric that is very soft. That. What is that? It is made up of a fabric that is very soft. That refers to fabric. Hope you are understanding it now. Let's see, we already had a chart of relative pronouns, right? Then which are those? As I told you, once again let me remind you, this who, whom, which, why, when, where, whose, although they start with WH, when we are using it in pronouns context, we call them relative pronouns and not WH questions, right? So study this chart once again as it is. Write it down in your notebook. That will give you a clear idea of what you are actually studying. Okay? Now, then let's see something more about relative pronouns. Being subordinate clauses. Clause means a group of words containing a subject and a verb that can stand alone. Group of words means clause. Subordinate clause is a group of words which contains a subject and a verb which can stand on its own, which has its own value, which acts as the main verb. Now, which are those? Who, whom, whose, whoever, whomever, which, whichever, that, what, whosever, whatever. So, all these are called relative pronouns. Let's see some examples here. Let's read the first sentence. I like athletes who are humble. Now, as we read before, group of words containing a subject and a verb. Now, here your subject will be who. Who are those? Who here refers to athletes. Correct. What you guessed was right. Who refers to athletes. And are is your verb. But are can stand on its own. These are mangoes. Here your verb is are, but that are is your main verb. Correct? So it gives the complete meaning when you only use the word are. That is why here it is called a verb which can stand on its own. Now, I like athletes who are humble. Who refers to athletes? Are is your verb. So, here who is not a question but it is a relative pronoun because it is relating the athletes with the quality of being humble. Hope you are getting it now. Now, let's see another example. Example number 2. The teams which recruit quality players usually win. See, now which is your subject, recruit is your verb, which refers to teams, the teams which recruit means admit, take in, allow to join. Quality players usually win. Hope you are understanding now, right? Let's see another example, because with all these WH words you have one important relative pronoun which you should never neglect or never forget, that is THAT, that. So that is a very important relative pronoun. Now how it is used? Let's see. Look at example number 3. I have never been to a stadium that is sold out. Now what does this that refer to? That refers to the stadium. By now 90% of the sentences you might have seen, you might have observed, the pronoun follows the word which refers to it is just previous to it, just nearby to it. Getting my point? See, I have never been to a stadium that is sold out. that refers to stadium. In the previous example, which refers to teams. In the previous example, who refers to athletes. So, the word which you want to refer to, the pronoun appears just after that. Or you can put it in other way, the word which you want to refer to appears just before the pronoun that you use to refer to that word. See, these are some commonly used relative pronouns. I told you WH, but in context of pronouns, we call them relative pronouns. There are 5 words that are commonly used as relative pronouns. They are which, who, whom, whose, and importantly, that. Now, let us solve some examples. Fill in the blanks with correct pronouns. See, the first one I have done for you already. The remaining sentences I will read out for you. You have to solve them because that will give you a practice. The hand dash hurts the most is my left hand. Now, I fill up with the pronoun that. The hand that hurts the most is my left hand. That is how I am going to go on adding relative pronouns to all the sentences that are going to follow in this particular slide, even the next slide. Now, let's solve second example. When he saw the house dash had 6 huge windows, he started to cry. Now think over which relative pronoun suits correct, is appropriate in the blank. You know which are relative pronouns, how you use them. So, go on filling up the blanks and solving this exercise. Preferably, I would suggest you to write down this exercise in your grammar notebooks, which you have already made when we started with grammar classes. Now, I like to buy cheeses dash taste delicious. This is quite easy examples, nothing to confuse. Number 4. Did you see the dog dash has 3 legs? Right? Number 5. I wore the dress dash my mom bought me. Now, the remaining 5 sentences, let's see. Sentence number 6. The party dash was yesterday was a big success. Number 7. Robert won the prize dash was exciting for his family. Number 8. The table dash is broken, needs to get repaired soon. Number 9. The test dash was a surprise to everyone, did not go well. And the last one. We saw a turtle dash looked just like my old turtle Speedy. So, solve these examples. This will give you a practice of putting the appropriate pronouns in the correct blanks. Here are another last 5 sentences for you. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate relative pronoun from the given options. So, for these 5 sentences, after the sentence below, 2 options are given for you. Out of the 2, one is correct. Which one is correct, that you have to choose, fill up the blank and write down this exercise in your notebooks. Number 1. I like the new teacher dash explains things well. Options are which, who. What will you fill up here? What do you think? Now the pronoun should refer to the subject teacher. Then will you write which or who? Guess. See, I like the new teacher who explains things well. So who should be your correct answer. So now already one I have solved for you. The remaining 4 sentences you can do on your own. I love the toast dash my mother prepares. Options which, who. Fill up the correct pronoun. Number 3. These are the plants dash